Alright, just going to make a quick video to go with my document that I made for setting up your HPTuners. First things first, you see I already have HPTuners open, but if this is your first time using HPTuners, you've never used it before, you're going to have to go to HPTuners and download one of the VCM suites, whether it's beta or the stable version, it doesn't really matter. I use beta, but if you're only going to be reading a file and loading it in from a remote tuner or whatnot, you just need to download the stable version. So I already have that downloaded. Once you have that all installed and open, first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn the ignition in on your vehicle. Make sure that your dongle is connected to your laptop. Make sure it's connected to your vehicle. And then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click this icon right here. It says Read Vehicle. You're going to click that. This is going to come up. You're going to click Gather Info. It's going to do some thinking. Read the vehicle. And these are the modules for my vehicle specifically. I've already read this truck out. I've already tuned it. It's already licensed, so I can't show you that on this vehicle, but I can show that in another video if need be. So on the initial read, you're going to make sure both of these say read entire for your ECM and your TCM. My vehicle is a 2020 Silverado, so both modules had to be sent out to HPTuners and be unlocked, which I already did. The ECM cost 6 credits, if I remember, and the TCM cost 4 to unlock, if I remember correctly. I already have this one read out and saved and tuned and whatnot, so I'm going to switch to my other file over here. And now this is to load a file. You're going to click the right vehicle. Yours is going to pop up with a credit option and whatnot, so you'll have to license your vehicle, apply the credits. But you're going to want to make sure that both of your drop downs say right calibration, not right entire, do not write, right calibration for your first read. That'll put the base file that myself or your tuner of choice has sent you to load into the vehicle. Some of them might not have TCM support, so you'll click do not write on this. Just depending on what your tuner says, will determine what you do with these. Once you have that all set up, you'll click write, and then it'll go through a sequence. You'll see that it is now flashing. So it is very important in this at this stage, do not touch anything, do not cycle the key, do not close your laptop, do not, in my case, lose internet connection, any of that, as it could potentially brick your computer. Some vehicles take longer than others to flash and read. I know some Ford vehicles take about 30 minutes to read. They don't take nearly as long to flash, but some of them do take about 20 to 30 minutes to read. As you can see, my vehicle only takes about 30 seconds to flash. And we got about 5 seconds here and we'll be done. Then we can move on to the scanner. Oh, I forgot right in that. Well, we're going to move on to the next module, which is the transmission. Like I said, I have both modules unlocked, so I'm tuning both the ECM and TCM in my truck. So it's going to erase the module and then it's going to reflash it. The TCM should only take about 30 seconds or so. Actually, it's a lot quicker, about 10 seconds. It's a lot smaller file, so compared to the ECM, I should say. All right. So now that the write is complete, next step is cycle the key. Turn the ignition back on. We're going to move to the scanner. So you see here, this is probably what your scanner looks like. Your tuner has more than likely sent you a channel list. So the first thing we need to do is we need to load that in, which you'll click this little icon right here. And then you will see that you'll have a bunch of stuff. Well, yours won't have this much, but you're going to want to click Open Channel Config. For mine, I'm using E90 ECM, so I'm going to go ahead and load my E90 channel list in. You can see that the channel list changed. The first thing you're going to want to do is connect to your vehicle. So you're going to click this little icon, Connect Vehicle, and you're going to notice it's going to do some thinking. And then all of the channels over here they all turn black so that they can read. So next step is we want to click the record button. Sorry about that phone call. So the next step that we want to do now that our channels are reading and talking to each other, we want to click the record button. And you can see that all the channels started populating. Oh, wrong button. So you can see all the channels are now populating. So the next step, start your vehicle. You can see you'll have gauges and yours might look different, but this is just a generic setup. But yeah, that's pretty much the reading, writing, flashing, starting your data log process. You can see that there is data going, so you'll just need to follow the instructions per the data log or per the email that is sent from your tuner. They'll normally explain what they want for a data log. I know I do. So yeah, you'll just go through the process, and then once you're done, you'll click the stop button. You can also hit your space bar. That'll start and stop logs also. And you're going to want to click log file, save log file as. That'll open up a file. You see downloads, just name it, whatever. Save. And then wherever you saved it to, email that to myself or your chosen tuner, and then they'll review and send a revision. Thanks, everyone.